All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, October 1st, 2012. We, um, well, let me start off with the results. Okay, we're down 8 ticks on the ES, we're up 10 ticks on the NQ, we're up 3 ticks on the crude oil, and down 8 ticks on gold. Hang on just a sec. Okay. Sorry, I had to sneeze. All right. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply and sign up for our free trial. With the free trial, you get 5 days in our live trading room, 2 hours per day from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You also get, with the email, in the email that you're going to get when you sign up for our free trial, all we ask for is your name and your and your email address. We don't ask for a credit card or social security or any of those things. We make it really simple. Just name and email address. The email that you're going to get will show you, it's got videos in it on how to download everything that you see in here. Okay? How to download it, how to install it, how to get everything up and running. Once you've got it up and running, if you want to have your charts look exactly like mine, you just need to send me an email at support@cfrn.net and say you would like to have a copy of my layout. I can then send you a copy of my layout with a little video on how to import my layout, and your charts will look exactly like mine, so you don't have to struggle through trying to apply the indicators and all that stuff. All right. I went through the results already. Let's just go through the actual trades, okay? On the ES, Dwayne went over earlier what happened right in here. We had nice movement up. I didn't take a long trade in here. It was right at the open. I didn't take that long trade. It looked like it was going right up to the BBC. It came back down and tested the BBC right in here, and then we had the ISM manufacturing stuff came out, and that ran it right up to this weekly trading zone right up here. All right, once it got up there, it pulled back, and it was pulling back toward the BBC and slowly going sideways. Dwayne and I, you see these blue lines in here. Dwayne and I had said, well, if it breaks either one of those lines, we could put a buy stop on this one and a sell stop on that one. If it breaks either one of those lines, it's probably going to keep going. If it does it on the downside, it'll probably go down to the zone below us, and if it does it on the upside, it'll probably go to the zone above us. Well, it did break the one down here. I did put a sell stop on there. It stopped me out right over here. One thing worth noting, and I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see it in here. Our normal setup is not the sell stop that I put on there. The trade that I took that gave me the -8 ticks. Our normal setup is the bearish cross, pull back up, and test of the BBC, which happened right here where this is. All right. If you had done that, it went 5 or 6 ticks in favor of the trade a couple of times, at which point I would have moved my stop to break even, and I would have gotten out of this and break even. As it is, I left my stop on, I let the trade run, and I lost 8 ticks on it. We did say at the time that we thought it was going to go down here to the weekly trading zone. If it broke one of those levels, it finally did work its way down here to the weekly trading zone, and now it's bouncing off it. You see how it went there to the tick right there. And it passed right through the yellow line this time. Okay. Now, Frank B., I got your email. That was a lot to read and a lot to respond to. So I'll get on it eventually here. Let me just look at the other time frames for you quickly, because I know you like to look at these larger time frames. Here's the 30-minute chart. Okay. Not much to see today on the 30-minute chart. It never made it down to the yellow brick road down here. If you look at that on, say, a 10-minute chart, still same thing. It kept bouncing off the BBC. If you drop that all the way down to a 5-minute chart, well, then you hit the yellow brick road right there, the yellow line. All right. Not only did it hit that, but it also hit the weekly trading zone at the same time and bounced right off of that. Take it down a step further. It did it here. It bounced off it. Earlier on, right here, it bounced off it, and it went right through it here. Okay. Now let me flip that back here and minimize that. That was the ES this morning. Okay, I didn't take any trades on the YM. The YM went sideways while the other markets were actually moving. The YM was just sideways. All right, there wasn't much to do when they're on the YM. It started to pull back over here to the BBC. I highlighted an area in here This was right on that news event, and when the ES went up, everything went up all at once, and then it just went sideways all at once. So there was no trading to be done in there today as far as I was concerned. Okay. Let's see. Over here on the NQ, did we have any trades? I think we had a trade on the NQ, but I don't. Where's my NQ? There it is. Yeah, we had trades on the NQ. This morning, right here after the open, we had a bearish cross pull back up and tested the BBC with a down close. I got short in there with the bearish divergence right here. All right. It went down and I took 10 ticks profit on that trade. There were a couple of other opportunities. The bullish cross tested the BBC with an up close, a little bit of bullish divergence. Over here, a bearish cross with a test of the BBC and a down close with the bearish divergence, and down it went. Okay. Let's see, right in here, a bearish cross with a test of the BBC and a down close for the move down, and that was all during the break right here. Tested the BBC with a down close, more bearish divergence, more downward movement, and now the cycle's going up against it a little bit too much here, okay? So we weren't taking any of those. All right. So I ended up plus 10 ticks over there this morning. Gold, I lost a trade on gold this morning. Not sure which one it was. It was earlier on, though. Let's see. Did I put a mark on it? Well, here was the open anyway. We can go through some gold trades here. And I will take care of them. Howard, if you're out there in the audience calling me right now, I can't answer it. But we, EFG, no. Okay. What we're looking for is the same exact thing that we look for on all the 4-tick range charts, okay? Every single 4-tick range chart, we look for the same thing. We look for price to pull back down to the BBC, give an up close or a down close, and you get in when you have the divergence, right? Like right here, for instance, we had a bearish cross test to the BBC and a down close. That was right here was the bearish divergence, okay? Here was the down close. That's what you're looking for. When that happens, let me find another instance of it. Right here. This was right on a high impact news event, so we weren't trading anything right in here on gold. Well, we had a bearish cross, tested the BBC with a down close, a little bit of bearish divergence, tested the BBC over here with a down close, and that one went down again. Right here we tested the BBC and gave a down close, but there wasn't any divergence to support that trade. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep calling this the BBC. It went off the yellow line here. Sorry, my bad. Those are all off the yellow line. It tested the yellow line and gave a down close, tested the yellow line and gave a down close. Over here it tested the yellow line and gave an up close, and that one didn't go anywhere. Let's see, I'm looking for the bearish divergence opportunities. There was one right in here. We had just a little bit of bearish divergence. It tested the BBC and gave a down close, and that moved down. All right. Right in here, it tested the BBC and gave an up close. That one didn't go anywhere. Right here. All right. So for those of you who don't know, when I lose a trade, I have 8 ticks risk on all the trades. Okay, 8 ticks risk. So that's the way I roll. Over here we had bullish divergence, tested the BBC with an up close. There's a bullish divergence, bullish cross, up close, and it moved up. Same thing here. The bullish cross was back here, but the test of the BBC and the up close right there. Same bullish divergence right here, up close, right, and it moved up. It did it one last time right in here on the upside. Then it started to go down. All right, this was the first of the down moves right here. This one only went about 4 or 5 ticks before it turned around. You got a bullish cross, tested the BBC with an up close. This was off the yellow line as well, right here. All right, with just a little bit of bullish divergence right in there, and up it went. And that was pretty much it right there. All right, you can see we just had another one right here while I was doing this. We tested the BBC with a down close with bearish divergence, and it went down. Okay. All right, let's see. Did I receive your email? I did, George. I did. Thank you for doing all that work. That looks promising, actually. It looked good. Let's see. I did gold now. I did the NQ, the ES, crude oil. I didn't do crude yet. Let me do crude really quick. And I didn't take any trades on the Russell this morning. Well, I took one and then I realized it was going into a zone, so I got out break even. All right, on crude, you're looking at all the same things in here, guys. You're looking for the bearish cross, pullback test to the BBC with a down close, like this one right here. This trade here I took this morning on the crude, we had bearish divergence down here, and it tested the yellow line and gave a down close. That's the one that I took this morning, got a few ticks off of. It ended up going down significantly after that, but that was the one that I took. Okay. Let's see, right in here we had a bearish cross test to the BBC with a down close, again with bearish divergence, and that was the end of the morning session right in there, guys. There were a couple more right after the open. Off the yellow line right here, off the yellow line right here, again off the yellow line here, and here. Okay. For those of you who are watching that yellow line, the yellow brick road as Dwayne coined it, look here for a pullback up and test to the BBC with a down close, okay? Test to the BBC with a down close right in here. That right there is what you would look for on that trade setup. Let me just do the Russell and then I will turn it back over. All right. E, F, G, H, I, J. No. All right. Sorry, just going through my alphabet here. On the Russell this morning, there were a couple of trading opportunities. There was one that I had gotten into. Hang on a second. You can't see my zones on here. There was one that I had gotten into, and then I took the trade right off. Where was it? It was a shorting opportunity that was going right into the zone at the time. I think it was this one right here. I took this short right here and then took a break even after I realized it was going right into a weekly trading zone, or just come off one. You can see the Russell went zone to zone this morning, and on the news event here at 10 o'clock, it went up even further. The opportunities in here were coming out of the weekly trading zone right here. You see we had bearish divergence down here. Again, you see it's a 4-tick range chart, so we're doing the same exact setup, the same stuff, testing the BBC and looking for it to close down. All right, over here it's on the long side, but the cycle's on the wrong side, and it's going right into a weekly trading zone. Again, right over here we had an opportunity, and this was during the break. But right here, a bearish cross, test to the BBC with a down close, and look at that move down, all the way down to the zone. And that is it. So, the 4-tick range setups, again, what I want you to take out of this is all the 4-tick range setups are exactly the same. Okay? They are exactly the same. Once you learn that setup on one chart, you know it on all those markets. And you can use it on the ES, you can use it on the YM. We have these other ones on the YM and the ES here because, well, we've just been using those for years and years. And they're what a lot of our guys are accustomed to using, okay? And they work. They work well. So, that's where I'm going to wrap it up for the morning. If anybody has any questions, you can email us at support@cfrn.net. That's support@cfrn.net. If you need to contact me, just send an email to support@cfrn.net or tech@cfrn.net. That goes directly to me. All right, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. All right. Again, if you haven't taken the trial, www.cfrn.net/apply.